Welcome back to Slay the Stars and episode 63. If you haven't listened to 61 and 62 yet, go back. Don't just start here. This won't make a lot of sense. But if you have watched them, here we go. Zem, Shar, Ristos, the three of you fling the trapdoor open and enter. What?
Did you say trapdoor?
Yeah, it's like a trapdoor. I don't know what the above you door.
Oh, okay.
To go into the final.
So like up a
The last level.
Yes.
The ladder.
Yes. Into the final laboratory. How are you entering this space? Are you throwing it open and rushing up? Are you opening it, waiting to see what happens? How are you entering this room?
That's a good question. I mean, like,
I'm
it's
assuming
kind
that
of...
I'm going first, right?
You are in the lead right now, Shar.
So it's up to you.
I'm gonna kind of gently open the door, just kind of peek and see how many feet I can see, like how many sets of people.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
There's 40 toes.
That's not what I meant. 24. Shut the fuck up.
You glance around the half of the room you can see as you're peeking up. And you can see that in the center of so all the furniture in the room has been just haphazardly shoved against the walls. You see cases that hold things that look like geodes and large pieces of precious metals and weird magical doodads and astrolabes and things like that. Everything's just piled in corners. This room was chosen for a purpose and they didn't have time to move stuff, so they just shoved it out of the way. But in the center...
You lost me at doodads, I'm sorry.
Doodads.
It was
Thingamajigs.
the astrolabe for me.
What? Astrolabes are cool.
I know.
Anyway,
I hate you both. You're both
haphazardly,
dead.
Cool.
You're both dead.
Okay.
In the center of the room, there is a large metal table. And on the table, in this big bowl, is the orb. And suspended from nothing, there is almost like a lightning rod that is in the shape of, what's this called? A cone. And up from it, you can see that there is just arcing bits of energy. And you saw earlier, whenever there was a huge strike that came in. You're assuming this has something to do with it. Along with that, you see standing near the table is one set of feet. Can you see the whole person? Delius is standing there. And around the room, you only see one other person.
Are they facing towards the door or away?
Delius has his back to the door right now. The other person is off to the side and facing the orb as well, but in their peripheral vision, they could probably see you if you were to just fling the door open and come up.
I'm gonna try to be quiet, but I'm ready to go in guns a-blazing. Also, before I forget, you have an advantage on your initiative roll.
Okay. As you go to quietly open the door, Delius says, "You might as well just come up. I saw you coming."
You didn't? No. Fine, he rushes in then.
Okay. Are you rushing in, or are you just coming up and standing there as Zem and Ristos enter the room as well?
No, I'm going to throw the door open and duck under the table. I'm not gonna let him try to get a spell off.
Okay. He doesn't turn around to look at you. He's just standing there next to the orb. Zem, how are you entering the room?
Calm as a cucumber. I'm just gonna enter, and I'm just gonna stand there, and I'm gonna wait for his bullshit commentary.
Ristos does the same thing. She comes up to the top, and she stands there, and she's like, "Well, Delius, I have to say, I didn't expect this from you." And he's just like, "Yeah, you didn't expect much from me, now did you?" And he finally turns. Shar's hiding under the table, and Ristos and Zem are just standing there like, "What's your bullshit now?" Zem, you see the other person in the room is your mother. She's standing off to the side. And the moment she sees you, make me an insight check. You're so good at these.
Of all the times, it needs to be now.
You have advantage because this is your mom.
It didn't matter. It was worse.
It was worse.
Insight?
Mm-hmm.
9.
She has a look of disgust on her face. And disappointment.
I don't care.
Yeah. And Dalius is like, you know, if you wanted to come here, we were trying to bring you here the whole time. You could have just come and saved all the bloodshed on the way here.
Is that all you have to say?
No, I actually have other things to say. But first, and he does look like he's going to cast a spell. He's in plain view. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Also, did you say the table was bolted down?
Which one? The one in the center of the room?
Yeah, that I was hiding under. But
There are tables against the wall that are not bolted down. I assumed you were behind one of those tables. Because the one in the center of the room, he's standing next to, and you would not have gotten the orb.
Then no. I was assuming he was further away. Then that's
no.
Bad.
Okay.
Oh, you said I have initiative. Advantage.
Yes. You rolled high, didn't you?
I did. You don't want me to have high?
No, I mean it's every time. You and I have opposite ends of the spectrum.
I was a
Doesn't
3,
matter.
and I went from a 3 to a 19.
I have an 8.
Okay, so Zem, you have 19.
Mm-hmm.
What's your dex?
1. What's your dex?
Your mom also rolled a 19. What'd you say you get, Char?
8.
All right. The first
Do you want
person,
some Advil or something?
first person to act is Zem.
So I see that he's going for something.
Yeah, he's going to cast a spell. Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Arcana check. Oh, 15.
It's hold person. He's cast this on. You've seen him cast this before.
Tired old bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action. Sorry, I don't remember what it's called. Give me one quick second. Celestial Revelation.
Okay.
Okay, so Necrotic Shroud. So flightless wings. Sorry. My eyes become pools of darkness. And I like to imagine that it actually goes onto my face a little bit as well. And flightless wings sprout from my back. How close is he to me? It's a small room, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is not a huge room. He's in the center. You're probably 30 feet from him.
Okay, I wouldn't have done that then.
If you need to move closer and do it first, you can do that.
All right, so I'll start that as I'm walking towards him. It has to be within 10 feet.
Okay.
Creatures other than your allies within 10 feet. Wait, that's a weird way to phrase that.
That means that you can pick and choose who's affected.
So I need a charisma saving throw.
From your mother as well?
Mm-hmm.
She won't be within 10 feet. It's an 18.
That is the thing.
Okay.
DC. Yep, that is it.
All right.
Oh, that is fucking disappointing.
I mean, it keeps happening, I think.
Okay, and then once on each of your turns, you can deal extra necrotic damage to one target. Okay, and then, so for my action, what did I notice about him trying to start a spell?
Nothing. Just that you've seen him do it before and is hold person.
Okay, but, like, did he start to move? Did he start to talk? Like...
So it has verbal, somatic, and material components. So he's mumbling something under his breath, and he's moving his
Moving
hands.
his hand. Okay, so that's what I wanted to know because I think I'm going to Ray of Frost him.
Okay.
His hands specific. Nope.
Oh, what is the range on that?
60 feet.
Is this a 20-foot area that we're in?
It's bigger than that. The diameter of the room is 60 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and miss.
All right. Zem, you whiff. Next up is Dahlia, and she sees you transform, and she inhales sharply, and you see her starting to walk towards you slash Dalius. You're not sure what she's about to do, but she almost seems like she's trying to, like, be sneaky.
I'm ignoring her.
Yeah,
Second she's
and so
within
is
10
Dalius.
feet. Second she's within 10 feet, she needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Yes. Next up is Dalius. I need both of you and Ristos to make wisdom saving throws? Yes, wisdom saving throws. The DC is 19.
Natural 20!
All right.
Mine was significantly less than that. It's a 13.
All right. Zem, you freeze in place. Ristos freezes in place.
Question.
Shar.
If it's frozen in place, is my transformation frozen where it's at?
Yes.
Weird.
Yes. You are paralyzed. Ristos is paralyzed. Next up is Shar.
Does that make it last longer?
No.
But like it would finish. Like I
You're not frozen in time. You're just paralyzed in place.
Shar's just gonna rush up. Bonus action is Spirit Shroud, so that's up. Because I can use a Channel Divinity. Because of my magic item, I get another casting of it.
Okay.
So Spirit Shroud is up. Is it charmed or frightened? I'm assuming no.
Wait, what?
It's just held. They're not charmed or frightened, right?
No, they're paralyzed.
So they get. I think you're already at max anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to attack.
Dalius?
Yes.
All right.
25.
25 hits.
That's with the katana, so
magical damage.
4, 5, 6, 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. He passes his save to maintain concentration.
I mean, that's it. I'm
All
putting
right.
myself in front of him.
Okay. Next up is Ristos. She is paralyzed. She's going to make another wisdom save at the end of her turn. And she fails again. So she continues to be held. Next up is Zem. You are held in place. You get to make a save at the end of your turn.
Okay, so charisma save.
Yes. He fails.
He is
Frightened.
frightened. And then what's the save?
It is a DC 19 wisdom save.
Wisdom save.
All right. Zem is still held. Next up is Dahlia. She gets even with the two of you. And now, Zem, you can see that her eyes are not focused on you. She is looking at Dalius. And from behind her back, she pulls out a dagger and she goes up to stab him right in the side. And she...
Between the 4th and 5th left intracostal line, right in the heart.
Yeah, she hits him. And so for max damage. Go, Dahlia. And he looks shocked and over at her, and then he just sort of like rolls his eyes. And it is his turn. Pulls his focus from the rest of you.
Constitution save.
Oh yes, his constitution save. He succeeds. He looks over at her and he's like, really, Dahlia? What a stupid thing to do. And with disadvantage because he is frightened. That is still a dirty 20 to hit. I'm not going to roll the damage. He just puts his hand out point blank and firebolts Dahlia. And there's not even enough time for her to scream. The fire erupts, catches her on fire, and she just hits the ground. Zem, you watch this happen.
One act does not make up for a lifetime of injustice.
Correct. That is Dalius's turn. Shar, you're up.
I'm going to cast silence around me and Dalius. Listen here, you little, and then nothing. And that's my action. Bonus action is just 2 slaps across the face.
All right.
Wait,
you can't flurry unless you take the attack action.
Oh, that's
as
right.
your action.
So
you can just do 1 slap.
16?
16 does not hit.
Ooh, interesting.
All right. So,
Twilight Sanctuary.
it is Ristos' turn. She fails her wisdom save again. She is still held. Top of the round, Zem. Wisdom saving throw. Oh, he has to make another charisma save to see if he remains frightened. And he does.
This is the same fight against Dalius at a different point in time.
This is...
Literally Act 2.
There's something poetic about this, though, even though it is very frustrating. You struggling to attack your mentor is delightfully painful.
The will is there.
Yes. Oh, wait,
Not
what?
the body.
I messed up. Okay.
Any verbal spells cannot be cast.
Yes. So,
I was trying to get that up before a firebolt, but I was a little late.
yes. I don't think...
Probably can't do anything.
I don't think he can. Oh, you know what? Counterspell is only somatic. I should have counterspelled. I didn't. I'm not going to say I did, but that is a non-verbal spell. Could have done that. Dumb on me. All right. So, instead, he is going to... He's frightened of Zem, so he can't move towards her. All right. He's going to reach and grab the dagger that Dahlia stabbed him with, and he's going to throw it at you, Shar. He has disadvantage. Still a good roll. Dirty 20.
Yeah, but guess what? I can negate damage from a thrown weapon. Deflect missiles.
That is true. You can. How much can you deflect?
I'm pretty sure it's more than he can deal, but let me double check.
I think it's something plus 10.
(1d10 plus 6).
All right.
That's 10.
Yeah. So, you deflect it. You knock it out of the way. Are you going to spend the key point to throw it back?
Fuck yeah, I am.
All right. Go for it.
17.
So I'm in
17 does not hit.
17 does not hit? I thought
17
that was
does
his
not
armor
hit.
class.
Nope.
I'm in silence as well.
You are. Everybody is in silence. And he is going to turn and move to get out of the silence. So he's going to, it's a 20-foot centered on him, so he has to move 10 feet away from the sphere
No,
to get
no,
out of it.
no. Centered on him. If
Yeah.
he moves, so does the sphere. This is why the Hexblade
But it's
Warlock
centered on a
works.
point you choose within range. So
Dalius' eyeball. Okay. Listen, I'm running out of spell slots. This is the
Yeah.
best thing that I had.
Can silence still be cast on an object or creature? Spell description says point. The silence spell cannot move with an object or creature.
So it cannot move with an object or creature.
It cannot move with an object or creature. So
if it doesn't move with him, then I would have cast it further back so it doesn't affect Zem and Ristos.
okay.
Because my whole point was to cast it so that it moves on him. But if
Yes.
that's not the case, I would have cast it further back.
No, according to Jeremy Crawford, it cannot move with a creature or object. So he is going to move out of the silence spell.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Zem will not be in the silence spell. Then it is your turn, Shar.
He's going to go ham on him, I guess.
Okay.
Is shoving an action?
Yes.
Sure, he's going to run around and try to shove him back into the silence. It's a contested strength roll, I think.
That's not good. You got an 8.
I got a 9.
Perfect. So you shove him, and he moves like 10 feet back into the silence, we'll say.
Then, like, as I'm shoving, like, punch to the face right as he's going back into the silence bubble.
All right.
20-something.
Yeah, that hits.
Fucker.
What?
I hate when I forget I have shit.
Yeah, it's not good.
That's 6 points of bludgeoning damage. Please make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, double 3s. That's not good. He
Burn your portents up. I want to see you burn them.
is going to use one of his portents to make that
Do it, you
a
bitch.
success.
This fight is you and me now. This is not. This is nobody else's problem.
And I will add the damage. All right. Okay. So he has burned one of his portents to succeed on that save. Anything else, Shar?
That's all I can do.
All right, it's Ristos' turn. That does not count. But she still
Fucking
does.
hell, guys.
All right, top of the round, Zem. It's ugly. It's ugly and bad. All right, it is Dalius' turn. He is no longer frightened. I think it's the end of Zem's turn, and he's no longer within 10 feet of her. Let me read that again.
Yeah, 10 feet.
Right until the end of your next turn. Yes. Well, I wanted to make sure it was the end of your turn, not the end of his turn. He is going to rotate around Shar and move out of his space, so you do get an attack of opportunity.
21.
That hits.
Wait. 5.
All right, he succeeds. And then Shar, he is going to cast.
And he's stepping outside of the silence.
Yes.
Okay.
You see him look towards you, and he starts mumbling something under his breath. And he says, "This was going to be for Zamira, but I suppose it's for you." And he points at you and snaps his fingers, and he's going to cast Banishment. I need you to make a charisma saving throw, Shar.
Oof.
Big oof.
Okay. I'm assuming that fails. That's a 8.
That does fail. Zem, you watch in horror as Shar disappears. We'll get back to what happened to you on your turn, Shar.
What does paralyzed mean as far as my vocal cords?
You can speak stutteringly.
Banishment is a concentration, you guys' spell drops.
That's true. He cast banishment. You are no longer paralyzed.
I'm screaming wordlessly.
You don't have to worry about safety because I'm out of the room.
I'm worried about nobody's safety.
What are you screaming, Zem? Just guttural
Wordless.
screaming? All right. Shar, it's your turn next.
Where am I?
You are standing in the throne room from your nightmares. Where Zem stood before you, cast those spells. There's somebody else sitting on the throne.
Hello?
And it's Adria.
This isn't a dream.
She stands up. Oh no, Charlemagne, this is very real. Welcome home.
Fuck off.
And it's Ristos' turn, who is no longer held, and she's just like, well, that
Silence
was
drops.
Yes, she's like, well, that was not great. And she is furious.
No one can hear her because I'm still screaming.
Yeah. She screams at you, Zamira, we have to get Shar back. We have to get him back. You have to stay calm. And she is going to cast... Oh, shit. What is she going to cast? All right. She's going to cast Lightning Bolt at Delius. He needs to make a dex save. It's a natural 20. So he will take half damage. 9, 11, 14. Shit. 24, 30, 36 halved. He'll take 18 lightning damage. And it is now your turn, Zem.
I'm going to turn... I don't feel like I'm ready for this yet. I'm going to stop screaming. And I'm going to... Where am I in the room? Fairly centered.
You came up through the door, so you are near the back wall.
But
you didn't really have a chance to move in. He was in the center of the room about 30 feet from you, and he has moved horizontally to get away, so he's still probably about 30 feet from you.
Right, but I moved 20 feet into
Oh,
the
that's
room.
true, that's true. So, yeah, he's about 20 feet from you to your left.
So I'm like 10 feet by the table?
Yes, correct. I forgot you moved.
10 feet from the table. I'm going to move up right beside the table, right where the orb is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cast Darkness.
Okay.
And then I'm going to touch the orb. Because I want to leave with it. Arthur has left.
Arthur has left the room. Oh, wait, I need to make a con save for him. For that damage. Yeah, he succeeded.
And all of the information that I've been provided with has said that it's like a requirement of blood. Blood?
Mm-hmm. So when you cast darkness, it goes black. No light at all. You can't see anything. But you reach out and you put your hand on the smooth crystalline surface of the orb. And in that moment, you start to see things. And you're not sure if it's because they're actually happening in front of your eyes or because you're seeing them in your mind. And there are no words, just images. And you see pain. You see torment. You see a mind trapped with nothing to focus on but itself for 2,000 years. And then you see a darkness spreading towards the celestial hub, slowly consuming the lights of the stars as you know them in the sky, which you now know are other worlds, are other places. And then just one phrase, release me.
This is before I actually make contact or as I make contact?
This is as you make contact.
So I heard it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to think one word. How?
And we will come back to you. As outside in the dark, you can't see through the darkness to see what's happening, but you can hear Dalius screaming, no, and he's going to try to stop you from doing whatever you're doing, but he is hit by something cast by Ristos, and there's some kind of magical fight occurring outside, which you would know Ristos in general could take Dalius, but he has found a way to become extra powerful, and she is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So
this is the Snape McGonagall fight I always
Mhm.
wanted.
yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna jump to Shar.
He's in like battle stance, like he's terrified of where he is.
Yeah. Adria looks at you. Shar, you can barely stand up. How are you going to fight me?
How am I here?
Well, if I have to guess, you look shocked, so somebody must have sent you here. But there's nobody that powerful there. So how did you get here, Shar?
Char's gonna like look to where the doors are.
There's
Around.
one behind you.
He's gonna start backing up as she's talking.
Really, Shar? Where would you go?
Not here.
This is your home, Shar.
What are you even talking about?
What do you mean, what am I talking about? This is where you're from.
That doesn't make sense. He's like still backing up.
And we come back over to Zem. Zem. Oh, and Mark, 1 round. Zem, you get an image. You asked it how to release him. And he shows you're like, now you're watching your body. And you see yourself taking a dagger, cutting yourself, and using your blood on the orb. And then saying in a language that you've never really connected with, but you understand all the same. Open. Simple. That's the next word you get. Simple.
Fuck. Actually, it probably would make sense that all of these thoughts are like flooding my brain, like overwhelming. Like everything is,
Yeah, there's a lot happening. There's been a lot of trauma today.
Mm-hmm. What about the power that was promised?
You will have all that and more. And we move back to the fight between Ristos and Delius. And this is what I'm going to do. Zem, I'm going to have you roll a d20. You are Ristos.
No.
Shar, I'm going
Nope.
to have you roll a d20 and you are Delius. And I will tell you what happens based on whose roll is higher.
9?
17.
All right. So, you hear Delius call out to Ristos.
She says, "Not my student, you bitch."
Yeah. Basically, yes. No, we're keeping it. It's canon now.
I'm more worried about copyright and also a lawsuit.
But no, he calls out, Zamira, you don't know what you're toying with. And then you hear like a as Ristos hits him with something and he just shrieks. Lightning, bitch!
Music to my ears.
I like to imagine that she's just like controlling the lightning strikes that are hitting the tower. Just
He keeps his concentration on banishment, though. So, Shar.
stop succeeding.
She says, there's nothing to be afraid of, Shar.
I don't want to be here.
I want to go home.
I need an adult.
I'm in danger.
Shar, listen. I think that you and I should sit down and have a conversation.
Just talking
Yes.
about.
What we do from here.
What do you mean?
Well, you being here is a slight problem for me.
How's that?
That's something we can discuss together. I'm assuming Zamira told you some things about my wishes.
Did she? I forgot. Yes.
That she wants them to kill you.
A bit.
So I understand your hesitancy. But you being here is a bit of an opportunity.
To kill me yourself?
Potentially. That's what it comes to.
He's gonna look around and see if there's anything else around the room that's like moving.
Roll me a perception check.
12.
Nothing moving.
Hated that.
It is a large white marble room with beautiful glass windows. And Shar, you remember looking out these windows and seeing the scorched earth, and you see much of that still. It looks very much the way you remember it from those nightmares. Mark a second round in banishment. Zem, we're back to you.
I'm going to release, like, take my palm off the orb.
Okay. Immediately the connection is broken.
Yeah. I was going to take it with me, but I've changed my mind.
Roll me an Arcana check. And actually roll me a Wisdom saving throw as well. Arcana check and then Wisdom saving throw.
Bounced out. The Arcana check is a 10.
Okay.
The Wisdom saving throw is a 16.
All right. It's very powerful. You've never touched a magical source like this in your life. It feels like pure energy. And when you go to pull your hand away, there's a moment where you almost feel like you can't. But you manage to take your hand away. And the moment you do, you're back in darkness. You see nothing.
See, now I want to touch it again. I want to touch it and cast a spell. Anyway. Okay, so I stopped touching it, and then darkness is still up. How long is that?
Darkness. I think it's a minute.
Concentration up to 10 minutes. And you said I can drop spells without any, like, it's not an action. You just drop it.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to drop it.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to Witch Bolt Dalius.
All right.
Is she within 10 feet again? Or
Of-
no?
Of Dalius?
Yeah, because I forget where they were fighting.
No, she's standing right next to the table, and he moved to get away from the silence spell. So
he's on the other end of the room.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's on the other side.
Why?
For your necrotic shroud.
Oh. All right, so I am casting this at 3rd level.
Okay.
That's... fuck. It's like I don't want to do it too soon, but, like, I want to do it. Motherfuck. I feel like I'm gonna need that for succeeding something, so I'm just gonna miss.
Okay. The darkness spell drops. You spin to Dalius and throw out the witch bolt, and it just misses. And you see a look of almost relief pass over his face when he sees that you're still standing there and the orb is still there.
Should have hidden it. Can you cast invisibility on an item?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I'm looking.
But it is Dalius's turn.
You can't.
And he is going to cast Cone of Cold towards you and Ristos. I need a Constitution saving throw. She fails. She's rolling real bad.
20.
You succeed, so you will take half.
This is bad.
That's a terrible roll.
Don't forget she had 10 temporary hit points as well.
Yes. Oh my god.
That's a lot of ones.
10, 13, 15. 15 total damage. I thought that could
7?
take her out, and it did not.
Listen, I was aware of how much damage Cone of Cold does. I thought she was done.
I thought she very easily could have been done if I didn't roll such terrible damage. And apparently Dalius is distracted because his spell is a Garbo. And Ristos.
So 10. She took half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I took 7.
Still got 10. That's all I'm caring about is as long as you're up. As long as you're up.
Ristos looks over at you, Zem, and says, "I'm almost out. I don't have a lot left." And she's going to cast a firebolt.
Wait, if she talks to me,
Yeah.
can I just take it and run?
She's like, how? How can I take it and run?
Put the bubble in the bubble.
And she was about to do something at Dalius, but instead she rushes up to the orb and she takes the marble out of her pocket and she starts spinning it to use that item. So she's doing her action this way, that turn. Shar.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see what you do.
Oh, okay, so you want to kill me, and this is an opportunity because...
Because there are things here that I think you can help me understand better. And maybe if you do so, I won't have to kill you.
What are the things I need to understand?
No, it's things you can help me understand.
What are the things that you want to understand? Char's still pissed at Dalius, and it's coming through as his personality. I hope you understand that. It's
Yes.
not because he's trying to be snarky with her. It's just because I want to fucking smack Dalius in the face.
So she walks up towards you, Char, to stand face to face with you. And how tall are you?
I think he was like 6'4".
Okay.
I need to double check because I have it somewhere on the list.
So she is tall, but not that tall. But her presence is large. And she says, Shar, do you know who your parents are?
By the way, Char's full action when she starts stepping towards him is patient defense.
Yeah.
Like, as an action. Like, I can't have any ki to waste, so.
So you notice that when she walks, she makes no sound. It's almost like she's gliding towards you. And she says, do you know who your parents are, Shar?
Yeah.
Who?
My parents are the ones that I left.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Do you know who gave birth to you, Shar?
No.
Do you want to find out?
How do we find out?
I could show you. I could take you to meet her.
Shining, shimmering.
Nope, not like that.
I can do it. I can do this. I can do this. Where is she?
Somewhere safe.
Hated that. How far?
I could get you there immediately. And she puts out her hand. You just have to come with me.
Here's the thing. If Shar knows banishment, that he might come back, he's not taking it. He's just going to wait it out. But I don't think he does. That he comes back after banishment, does he?
He doesn't know.
Into the beyond. Grabs her hand.
And you have this twisting feeling inside of you as you are ripped from where you are currently and transported somewhere else. Zem, we're back to you. Oh, mark another round.
You made poor choices too.
Oh no, that wasn't that. Yeah. Okay, so she's making like it's gonna go. Can I have a Constitution saving throw, please?
That is a 16.
Fuck.
You mean from Dahlia's?
I assumed it's from Dailies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, from both of them.
So, 13.
Okay, well, I'm gonna spend this point and make her save.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you casting?
Oh, I lied. That was a I forgot I could center that wherever I want. I'm centering it literally right behind him.
Oh, okay.
It's a 10-foot radius. It's shatter.
All right.
I forgot. Okay, so I'm
He'll
gonna
take
roll
half damage.
3d8 and he takes half. Give me a d8. Give me a oh. Ew, gross. So he takes 5.
Con save. Con save. Fuck.
He succeeds.
So close. It's getting closer. It's getting closer.
I need to mark that. I need to mark it.
Dalius, like, this concussive boom goes off behind him and he leans forward and he puts his hand to his head like there's a ringing in his ears and he screams at you incredibly loudly. Don't let her take the orb. We need it. And then he has to attack Ristos. He has to, because she's trying to take the orb.
He screams and then I scream back. Who's we?
You and I, if we want to survive, Zamira.
You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
The orb starts yelling at. What the fuck?
He's going to throw a fireball at both of you.
Bolt or ball?
Ball.
Okay.
So, dex save from you and a dex save from Ristos. Ristos fails.
Oh no. I don't like this.
Oh. Fireball?
Yeah.
I don't think you have counterspell yet, do you?
I fucking feel like I need to use this 19.
Why?
Because I don't have that many hit points left.
Did you fail or succeed?
I failed.
Oh no.
19 points of fire damage
Total?
total,
Not halved.
not halved.
Alright, I'll take it. Oof.
How's Risos doing?
She down? She hit the floor?
You're watching Risa. She has her back turned to Delius. She's not paying attention to him. She's focused just getting this open and getting the orb into it. And you watch as the spell she's casting with the orb, with the pearl flickers. It hits the ground and she hits the ground.
Everything hurts.
Zem, it's your turn as Arthur hides under the table.
No.
You stupid motherfucker. That's what I say to him. I don't know what you think you are doing or who you think we need protection from, but you're the only asshole in this room.
Okay.
Alive or dead. And you know my mother, and that means a lot. What is your problem? I'm going to take back that what is your problem, because he's an asshole. And instead I'm going to say, what do we need saving from?
You know what's coming.
That is one version of events.
And it's the most likely events.
It doesn't need to be that way. I don't understand how you haven't learned this lesson yet.
Zamir, the time for talking is over. Come with me, be powerful and survive, or stay here and die with her.
Nope. I'm gonna try again. Womp womp. So, how does he look? She hit him pretty good before.
Yeah, he looks pretty bad.
Okay, so I'm going to 4th level witch bolt his fucking ass.
Do it.
$21 hit?
He's going to use his portent dice to give you a 3.
I'll use my portent dice to negate his portent dice.
And he can't react to a reaction because he already reacted.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. So he's
So now
burned all of his portents?
And now I'm hitting him for 25. I knew it doesn't make any difference. But he's a dick.
You also get extra necrotic damage on top of that because you are transformed.
30-12s. I did level 4.
I would also love if he becomes frightened because of that.
Well, he might become dead because of this, depending on what she rolls right now. That's a lot of D12s.
Hypothetically, she probably... Is that a 12?
No, but... Okay, so it's 10, 19, 25.
You said you were going to hit him for 25, plus 3 necrotic damage.
Plus 3 necrotic damage. So the only person dying in this room is you, and I let it off.
Describe how you kill him.
Suck a dick.
I want to watch every single vein in his body light up with this electric energy as it enters his chest and then goes out. Like the worst sort of like the opposite of a tree of life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Tree of death.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Like-
I'm skiing Electric Avenue.
Yeah.
This is just like that tree that I took down weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then I want to watch the light leave his fucking eyes as he hits the ground.
That is exactly what happens.
And then I want to loot the corpse.
It's not looting. If it was your fucking money.
Shar, in this moment, Adria is saying to you, she's in here. You're standing outside of the entrance to a large cave.
In a cave?
It's a long story. She and I, we had problems with our relationship. She's kept here in sort of a prison.
She's alive.
Yes. Not for lack of trying.
Okay.
I must warn you, though, the moment we walk through the opening to this cave, magic is not going to work the same way it does.
What do you mean?
Oh.
So, certain spells will fail, others might have a consequence. It sort of depends on the caster, how powerful you are. And you, my dear, are not very powerful.
So if I go down there, there's a chance my magic won't even work.
Yes. I'm just being honest with you.
And what about yours?
I am an exception.
Sarah's going to kind of look around and see where we are outside of a cave, but is there any familiar landmarks?
So, roll me a perception check as well as a history check.
History check. Pretty fucking good. History plus 0, so 17.
Okay.
And natural 20, fuck you. Perception,
Another natural 20.
27.
There is no one around. It's deathly quiet here. You don't hear birds. You don't see animals. Everything just seems dead. There's no greenery. There's some burnt out trees. Even the sky seems like it's lost its light. Off in the distance, however, you see a small gathering of houses that looks like it could be a village. And there's some smoke rising. Looks like maybe a chimney or something. So perhaps there are people who live here. And there's something like in your chest. Seeing this world like this hurts. And it hurts more than just seeing a place that's down on its luck or a place that's been destroyed. There's something visceral about your reaction to seeing the world like this.
He's going to turn back. You did this, didn't you?
In a way.
And this is to trap her?
Sort of.
Are you following or are you leading?
I'll lead the way. It's easy to get lost down there in the tunnels.
All right.
Samira knows.
He's going to cast light on a ball bearing in his hand just to kind of see what its reaction is as he walks.
Okay. Shar, you cast light on this ball bearing, and as your hand goes in, it immediately just winks out, and you're just like, oh, well, and then you are ripped back out of this moment and dropped back in the middle of the mage tower.
In the middle of the tower or the middle of this room?
In the middle of the room with you.
Okay.
Where the point where he disappeared from.
He
Okay.
terminal velocity Xander to death. And scene.
Shar, when you come back, you see dead Dalius.
When you were falling from the sky, did you notice if the people outside were winning?
Sam?
Did you see that? Okay, for everybody watching at home, I rolled 3 dice.
Listening at home.
Yes, listening at home. I rolled 3 dice to determine if Ristos can currently be saved. I rolled a 2, and a natural 20. So, you see Ristos on the ground, but she's not dead yet.
I'm So I know I said earlier I was looting the body. I am going to loot the body, but I am desperately looking for any source of being able to help her. Like, I'm looking for anyone having any kind of like potion of healing or anything because I've got nothing anymore.
Shar, do you have anything?
Priestess, I've got my last Cure Wound spell slot, and there it is. 1d8 plus 4.
All right. You cast Cure Wounds.
5 hit points.
She opens her eyes and she's just like, please, please tell me it's over.
Shar just like reaches over, like taps from the back and just lays back like, what the fuck happened?
Lock the door. We need a long rest. I don't know that it's over, but Dalius is no more.
Shar like sits up. I missed it!
I'll tell you all about it later. It's glorious.
Shar's gonna just at that point stand up and look over at the orb and just kind of lose himself in it.
All right. So, I'm going to tell you what you find. Wait, are you taking the time? Are you taking the time to loot these bodies now, or are you going downstairs?
So
I think it needs to be now.
It's worth it to check Dalius at the very least. Because if you're going to loot the bodies, I'll look around the room and see if I can find something.
Okay.
And like as I'm, because like, okay, so I understand that like time is of the essence. So I'm quickly like looting through his clothes, whatever.
Guidance, so you get an extra d4.
I am, as I'm doing that, and I am paying attention, I'm out loud, like kind of trying to process, and I'm going to say that thing needs kept far away from us, and I don't know who else I trust with this but you. I don't know what to do with it. I will help you figure it out, but like I cannot be near this thing. Neither can he.
You say this to Ristos?
Yes.
We'll talk about it. I think this is something we're going to have to involve some other people with. This is a big decision to make. We're going to need a council. What are you doing?
Sure. It's either investigation or perception. I'm waiting for you to call because I'm looking around the room.
Investigation. And you roll an investigation with guidance for...
I did it again!
Damn.
All I just wanted to do was click my pen. I'm sorry.
It doesn't really matter. I thought it was an 8 for a second, and I got really confused. So it's a 7 total. Wait, you said investigation?
Yeah, it's investigation. You have a modifier.
Oh, I do. It's 13.
Mine's an 18 without a modifier.
On Dalius's body, you find a ring of spell storing.
Did you add a d4? Okay. Oh. Ooh. Spell storing. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any charges left? Or wait, she doesn't know yet. Okay.
Have to attune, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Shar, you start looking around the room and there are crazy magical focuses all over the place.
Into the bag.
Yeah. Okay.
As many as I can.
I will say, remind me and I will get you a list of things that you take. Most of them are going to be magical, like I said, focuses, implements, things that can be crafted into magical items at a later date by somebody who knows how to do such a thing.
I'm gonna go over to my mother's body.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say, like, I'm gonna, clear her hair from her face. And I'm gonna grab her hand and I'm just gonna say thank you for at least one final act to try and help. And I'm gonna, like, place her hands, like, whatever.
When you place your hands over her chest, you see that there's like a gold chain around her neck that you haven't seen her wear before. It just seems like a simple piece of jewelry for somebody who doesn't wear simple items.
I'll take a closer look at it.
Okay. When you take it off of her, you notice that the wedding ring that your dad gave her is suspended on the chain. You haven't seen her wear that ring in years.
That's weird, but I'm gonna pocket it.
Okay.
Is she wearing her current wedding ring?
She does not have any wedding rings on, though she does have some other bits of jewelry.
Are any of them diamonds by chance?
I was gonna say, does anything look like it'll fetch a pretty penny?
Definitely. No diamonds. Other gems, though. Lots of gold. You could take it and potentially sell it later.
In the bag. And sure, it's just like.
Yeah. We'll say that the rest of the jewelry, between gems and precious metals, is probably worth 300 gold pieces. And I'll say you can collect that in either gems or gold, whatever.
Can a body fit in the bag of holding?
Yes?
We're putting Daly's body in the bag of holding.
Zem's like having this moment with her mom in the background. She's like, get in the bag!
I can do something with this later.
No.
What the actual fuck? That's normally the warlock, not the cleric.
I have to speak with Dad, just not right now.
I could use some of those knuckle bones. Of a divination wizard?
They'd probably be pretty fucking powerful focus.
Take a hand or two.
Y'all are disturbing.
We have to be able to prove that we did this. Get in the fucking bag.
So, you do all these things.
What a way to end this.
What are
shit.
you doing with the orb? Are you leaving it in its place and coming back for it later? Are you putting it in the mansion?
Well, the kids are in the mansion, so that seems like a terrible idea.
Ristos could probably put it in a room and lock the door.
I would really like for the kids to come out of the mansion.
In the middle of a fucking war zone?
No, and be like put in like a safe place. I'm not saying that this is what's happening right now. This
Yeah.
is what I would prefer. Be put in a safe space, and then eventually down the road we put it in there. Until then, hide it. I mean, like I don't really know.
There is really nowhere to hide this thing here. It is large. So,
In the mansion? I know it's not ideal, but we need to get it out of here.
So when Ristos goes into the mansion, does the bubble shrink?
yes.
So you go in with the thing and the kids. I will take this. I don't know how we communicate with each other so that you don't kill me when this fucking pops up and you step out.
Shara's gonna go to the door and just kind of like see if he can hear what's going on downstairs.
Roll me a perception check.
14.
Is there a
It sounds like the fighting has calmed down there.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Is there a warning system like when the bubble is going to start to expand? Like is there any cuz like someone's got to know. Like what if just anyone came up and pocketed the marble while you're in it?
Then you're screwed.
So there's nothing. There's
There's
nothing.
nothing.
It doesn't vibrate, it doesn't get hot, it doesn't do anything like that.
Nope. It just opens right in your
This is-
pocket.
It just can't go in the bag of holding.
This is yet another thing that we need to work on once all of this is over.
Hmm.
The locked doors inside, and then also.
Yes, that's something we should work on.
Well, it's going to be easier to hide a marble than it is this whole ass orb, so I still think you should take it in. But I think you should test touching it before you do that because. Or is there some cloth in here we can cover it with so you're not touching it directly?
Oh, I can, and she casts levitate on it.
Fuck.
I can
Beautiful.
take it with me. This is fine.
Yeah, we'll hide the marble in this room.
Well, then you have to take the marble. So if I cast the if I cast the mansion and I take the marble with me, it goes inside the mansion with me.
Oh.
It doesn't come out until I come out the other side. If I give you the marble, you can open the mansion. I can teach you how to do it.
I guess what I'm getting at is like I just want this to be. I'm trying to further protect you. If you take the marble with you, you're protected. You're fine.
Correct.
So just do that.
All right, easy enough. And she casts the mansion, and then the orb slowly levitates with her into the mansion.
Before she totally goes, though, I'm gonna like embrace her, just like grip her really tight and just thank you.
I'm sorry for all you've lost today, my dear. Dalius was a shit, but he was your friend at one time.
I lost him a long time ago, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, I will see you soon.
Yes. And then I'll let her go.
And she goes in, the portal closes.
Now what?
Well, nobody knows that we saved the world. Let's go do it again.
Okay. Richard like starts crawling down the ladder. You know I'm out of spell slots, right?
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. I've got one.
That's untrue. I've got invisibility
Oh, I have
and
two.
inflict wounds as a action because of shadow touched, but I can't use them as spell slots, so just be aware of that.
All right. So we're going to do we're going to do a little housekeeping here. I'm going to tell
Who's
you
alive?
what you see as you come back down the stairs. Kai is still alive.
Oof.
Kai is in bad shape. Zima and Karina have fallen. Corin is dead, obviously. You assumed that because Ristos was alive. You find Rafe and Rena are together outside. They are sitting on the steps. It seems the fighting out here has calmed down. There are bodies everywhere. Most of them seem to be people related to your mother's organization. You do, however, see some recognizable faces in the crowd of people who have come to help, which would be people like Misty, who worked for Rafe, along with a couple other people, and yes, some orcs. And not just half orcs, like you've seen so far. Full-blooded orcs, 7 feet tall, big.
They're in the crowd of people, like they're living people.
Living people. A couple are dead. And you see that there are some people, some monks specifically, who are being tied up to be questioned later. You also see Avinius is dead.
Oh no.
You do not see any signs of Xander.
What about sorry. Lavenza. Is there any sign of her anywhere?
I don't have an answer for that question, so I'm going to say you do not see any signs of her.
While we're passing Corin, I'm gonna let Zem go ahead with like Rafe and Rena. Rena? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna do the same thing he did with Varys
Mm-hmm.
and just take a knife and cut through the
Her tattoos.
tattoos.
On her belt, you see her mask. Her keeper's mask.
Taking it. Is there anything else on her?
Nope. Nothing else that she is carrying with her.
I kind of figured that was going to be the case. I just want to make sure.
What would her keeper's mask look like?
Oh, wrong one.
You do that so frequently.
Her keeper's mask. Ooh. I'm trying to like look.
Why did I hear in my head?
See, I was gonna go lion, but I don't think it'd be a lion. Maybe like a tiger type mask. But I'm trying to think like. Ooh, owl.
An owl. I like it. Shar, understanding that this is a difficult check, I would like for you to roll me an investigation check.
You're killing me, Smalls. Not good. 5.
All right. Zem, roll me an investigation check. I was giving Shar a chance to notice this first.
9.
Neither of you
If
noticed
it's
anything.
an investigation check, if it's a perception check, I'm fine. But
No. This was an investigation check. I was just giving you a chance to see it first, but neither of you noticed.
on whose body? I don't understand.
Nobody's body. But.
Oh, Avinius. Loot the body.
Okay.
And one other thing before we get out of the tower situation, did Dalius have a spell book?
Dalius does have a spell book.
Okay, we do have that, correct?
You can take that. Dalius' spell book.
If Zem does not take it, I will take it.
I mean, I was taking I assume. Well, so I know that we said we were going to do like some inventory here, so I don't know how much time we want to spend if we're trying to fast track some things, but besides like looting that corpse, also I would eventually get to his office and like go through everything, because first of all, I still have so many questions. Like, in the end, he was bad, but like in the start, it was so different, and I want to see if I can figure out what happened.
Okay.
So during the calm, we're going to go to his office?
Yeah, so like, I mean, we can long rest before I go there. It doesn't need to be now. But that is something that I intend to do before we leave here.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming we're not staying at the school.
So this is what I would like to do. We're going to leave Arc 1 here. There is going to be a slight time skip to the beginning of Arc 2, about a week. In that week, there's going to be time for checking out Dalius's office, going through an inventory of items that you may be able to find, and working through a couple things. And when we come back, we're going to be in the council meeting with the people who will decide what happens with the orb.
I think, is there like an orc leader?
There is.
I'll go up and communicate in Orcish and try to mitigate as much tension as possible if I can.
I'm not worried about fucking tension at all. If I notice that you're doing this, I'm coming up behind him and I'm swaggering and like huge smile. I'm not trying to hide shit. I'm just gonna be like, hi.
And that's the ending scene as it fades to black.
Yeah. These two about to either start or maybe stop a war? We'll find out next time.
On Dragon Ball Z, no.
Yep. Every time. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in Arc 2.
Oh my god, we lived.
I don't know how the fuck
I
we
have
lived.
no idea.
We should have died. We should have died multiple times. We should have died multiple times.
And that is it. That is the end of Arc 1, folks. We've had a great time telling this story so far, and there is lots more to come. Arc 2 begins on January 9th, 2024, but never fear, we have some special projects releasing between now and then, including a 2-shot centered around everyone's favorite gnome NPC Mila and her date with Milo, the lone survivor, spoilers, of our first collaboration. That series is hosted by our first ever guest GM on Slay the Stars, and you'll have to tune in to find out how that went. More spoilers, it was amazing. In December, we'll also be releasing our post-mortem for Arc 1. We'll talk about all our favorite moments, answer some questions, and discuss where the story is heading next year. It's sort of a catch-all episode that we hope will be a lot of fun for us and for our listeners. Thank you so much for sticking with us and supporting us. We appreciate you all. We'll see you in 2 weeks for the first episode of Milo and Mila, and now, a promo from our friends over at White Wing Dice.
This is a Nutshell Studios production.
I am Lexus, and I am playing Bridget, aka Ida Mikado.
I am Vic. I will be playing Adrian Mikado.
Charlie, I'm playing Scatty Mercado. And I'm your DM, Joe. Welcome to Campaign 1, Bards of the Feather.
What the fuck is that thing? And he points at like one of those little babies that are blowing fire.
You guys are burning a lot of calories. I'll go ahead and make some cold meat sandwiches.
Meanwhile, Adrian's back here. I believe in you! I feel like I would have turned around within the time that I was in there, and I would. I'm not just gonna jump in and be like, huh, just a wall in here.
These bad guys is gonna get it.
Doing good, kids. Love you, pride and joy type thing. And Dita's just like, right into it.
Don't make empty threats to me, boy.
I've raised sociopaths is what I've done.
And make sure that your entire family is murdered tonight.
Fucking Christ. Scatty's a fucking prick. And you, hey, buddy, you shot the fuck yeah.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Special thanks to our patrons, Prince, Iron Bear Jones, Craig, Amy, Kathy and Jackie, Aaron and James, and Isaac. Love you all. Intro music by Isaac Vyers. Character designs by Cam Gonzalez. Produced by Leah Hemrick. Graphics designer Jen Kearney. And audio engineer Arthur Polino.